Today we will show you how what is the IIS, how we can use this IIS, how we can use DNS and browse this IIS over the IP. So basically IIS, actually called the Internet Information Services, is basically allow you to give you the platform where you can hosted your web page content. As you know, the web page content, either it have stored with .html format or .xml format, right? So IIS actually is the Windows features which give you the platform where you can host that application. Now today we will first create our websites. Okay, let's say www something else. We will bind this website to a IIS, and then we will create a DNS zone, create a record, and I will bind this IP to that particular IIS and host the IIS based on this name. Right? So in order to perform this practical, the prerequisites we need, first is, it's a little bit of complex, so definitely you need one, it's DNS server. If you have a AD infrastructure, so you can use it as a AD integrated DNS zone. Next is normal member server. Fourth one is IIS role. Fifth is .NET framework. And next is HTML code or programs. These three are the compulsory for this practicals. So in general, in our day-to-day administration's life, IIS issue is coming, this basic kind of things. The IIS log is full, then we have to parse the IIS log or delete the IIS logs. Maybe IIS service was stopped, then we have to run the IIS reset options. Maybe application pool was choked, or somehow the worker process taking the high CPU utilization, then that time we have to recycle the worker process. So all the troubleshoot paths also we cover in this video, so do not skip, please watch the entire video. If you think it can help you to enhance your knowledge, can subscribe my channel so that the next time when I upload it, the new video, it can be help you to give you the good knowledge. Okay, so let's start. First, I have already prepared the infrastructures for this practicals. My infrastructures consist of, okay, let's power off all the stops because it will take the unwanted CPU. So I'm going to stop this all stops, just a minute. Okay, so here I have configured it on DC01. And three of the files, but DC02 is still not we promoted as a domain controller, so it is keep off. We'll show you later. So this DC01, it's now starting. and also I'm click one server FS01. I want to make this as a web server. You can even use your domain controller as a web server, but it's not recommended, because as the domain controllers, you know, itself a huge load for the user authentications and all. So we are not recommending you to install any specific application in is on domain controllers. Always, as per the good practice, always keep free load on your domain controllers. The domain controller actually playing a role for identify the people or resources in the infrastructures. So that is, in order to get this one, it will take lots of CPU utilizations. You can check that LSA, local services authentications, will take the almost 80% 90% CPU usage, people to get identified all the stuffs. So it's not recommended to people to install any specific application in your domain controller, except as some resource crunch. Okay, so here I'm showing you that one domain controllers and one server is that I have. So what I do, as you know, I have already prepared all the stuff. So DNS is also intact, created. If you don't want to know about DNS, I will create one video for specially DNS and upload it as soon as possible. That video you will get your DNS knowledge. Okay, so here I'm also I've already logged in with my, let me see, because sometimes it's logged with the users. Yeah, that is not recommended. You have to log in with your domain admin rights. So I'm going to log off. And log in with my domain admin rights. Anyway, so before I do it, I just install the role first. The necessary role I have told you in that case, the .NET frameworks, which is automatically installed, and IIS role, Internet Web Service, Internet Information Services. That role must be installed here. Okay, so I have to go to add rules and features options in Windows 2012 in dashboard, and from there you have to install the IIS features. Web server IIS. Okay, once you click on it, the compulsory role .NET framework is already installed. Okay, so .NET 4.5 installed by default. ASP.NET, the options you can install it or it's not required. Okay, because as of now we are not hosting any application on IIS. The application on IIS hosting, it totally depends on the part of middleware team. The middleware is a part of any technical infrastructures company. The middleware team also there, which is actually hosting the application on IIS level. Or Windows teams, whether the platform team only support the IIS end. Okay, fine. So this is the mandatory roles information, IISTP login, all other stuffs are automatically, by defaults are loading. We are not choosing or delete anything, because this is a mandatory rules for IIS. Install. Fine. It will take some time and then reboot and it will be back. Let's go to the DC01. Okay. fine. We want to log into our domain controllers. Now I have to create one zone. Because we are actually trying to access our website with the Bendom name, so the zone must be created. Yeah, I see that there is a zone is already there, telex.com. Okay, the telex.com is already zone over there. Okay, now what I do, I just create one a record, cname record, www, it will held as a www.telex.com automatically, and then I will browse. Which server I am now? FS01, so I'm pointing to FS01. Okay, my DNS part is done as of now. Now I'm going to configure the IIS from here. So IIS roles is installed. Now I can see in C drive, inetpub folder was there. That means the IIS installed on this inetpub. Inetpub is a folder for the container of IIS, all the stuffs. Here the history, log, temp and www root file are there. So if anything, you have to create any website, so you have to paste this content to under www root, or else it will not be work. Let's say here is the IIS default sites, because if you click on this, the sites IIS, open it, it will show as a internet information services. Okay, this is a default site, so these files are there. Even also the sites also there. This is all by default, it is hosted. So we will not look into this. We will just create another folders. Let's folder's name is telex. Yeah, under telex I will create one HTTP sites. For that reason I just open here. I'll create one notepad. In this particular notepad I have a code I already ready, because as I am not the HTTP experts, so I have already collected that code from internet, and I'll just create that way. So it's a basic HTML code. If you want to learn Microsoft HTML, if you want to learn the HTML, you can watch many videos are there, good video for HTML. Okay. Yeah. Now I'll just save it as and desktops and mark this as see my first heading, my first paragraph. This is the website I have created. Even you can change it. If you go to open with a notepad, my first heading, instead of my first heading you can write it down, my first company. Or doc. See, my first company, my first doc, right? Now what I'm doing, I'm just cart this file and pasting it to the root www root folders. Keep it mind the path inetpub, under inetpub www root folders are there. Under this folder the default website is already hosted there. Okay, is also showing as a HTML document. Okay, right click on it, you will get it that HTML document .htm format. The same format I have selected for telex as well, right? Yes. Fine. So this path we just copy it, paste it somewhere else. Now what is to go? I have to go the IIS manager. Okay, from run, either you have to go for directly inet mgr, these options, or you have to go from administrative and then go enter information service manager, as your wish. But I'm generally, in order to save the time, I'm using the hotkey. Okay, see the first FS01, the first server here is mentioned. The default site, it will show the application pool. It's a default application pool, no application configure right now. The site, it's showing the default site, no application sites as of now. So I'm creating one sites, add websites. What are the site's name? It's telex. Okay, here either you have to create the default or else a mess, but definitely I have to create the default app pool. And the physical path where I should go, go to inetpub www.telex. That's because it will not applicate any file, it will applicate only folder, but that's what I am not able to click inside the file. I have to select the last content folders, telex. Okay, yeah. So here we are not, test setting, that means authenticated pass to authenticated authorizations, but we are not, any specific authorizations like that, so it's not recommended to do that. Next is HTTP. The all IP address I have to click on. This is the IP address. Okay, 80 is the default port, so I'm clicking on 8080. Okay, the host name is www.telex.com. what we have written in the WSOS, yeah, www.telex.com. My site is there. Now what should I do? I'm going to directory browsing and then browse the telex sites. Let's start it. The default page is opening as of now, so I have to first identify what is the problem. Okay, so here again I'm go to edit binding, manage websites, demand settings, Okay, so I have enabled the directory browsing. Now I'm going to see my browsers. See, my website's ready and it is accessing through telex.com. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel. Bye.